Hello and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. And in the last part, we took down Kapura, the final boss of the mages. But now we have to go and take down Anubisath in order to actually continue on with the plot. This is a rematch that I probably shouldn't have shown on screen, but we're showing it on screen any damn way. Because you have to go through, you have to defeat the low mage, and then in order to get the opportunity to deal with the high mage afterwards.
Now, refresh us, if you would, Mr. Gurdett. What is the lore reason why we are here?
We are here because each of the high mages is in charge of protecting one of the Millennium items, and we need to regather all 7 of the Millennium items in order to successfully all 6 of the remaining Millennium items in order to successfully 5? Yes, 5 of the 6 remaining Millennium items in order to successfully combat Haishin.
Yay. And because we're back in the past, every time we go to the battle screen, it sounds like da 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 da.
This is Crawling Dragon number 1 sprite. He barely has eyeballs. Hello, Prevent Rat.
And he barely has an ass.
Creeping Quake! He slams his tail and then the seismic wave deals damage. It's very nice for him.
And let me guess, Prevent Rat's attack is a rollout a la Pokemon.
I don't know. I've never seen Prevent Rat's attack.
Yeah, I would assume that if anybody would be doing that, it would be the human player making an egregious oversight in attack and defense characteristics.
Or someone that was attempting to catalog all the different attack animations in the game, which I wanted to do with one of my randomizer runs, and then Karibo didn't drop. So I was very sad for a very long time about that.
Was that a missed opportunity, Mr. Gurdett, that we will not be able to see Karibo attack?
Yes and no. Karibo's attacks, as far as I remember, are the Needle Spray and the Jumping Claw. So they're not honestly all that impressive.
Jumping Claw!
We got another Metabat.
Metabat? Oh, yeah.
Okay, now I want to go play Metabots again. Metabots RPG on GBA is not actually all that good. It's just very funny. Hey, Anubisath. Sorry, this is where it's necessary to prepare the powers of magic. Prepare to face my forest deck, and prepare to
If his lips are sealed, how's he talking?
Well, his lips aren't sealed. You know, it's actually very loose wrappings, specifically to protect him from all the insectoids that would be running around at this point. Be warned, the whole reason we're taking Anubisath on second is because he's actually the second most powerful of the high mages. He has the ability to spawn perfectly ultimate Great Moth in his opening hand, which he did.
Well, I mean, Gerda, we've already been over this. Like, yeah, these guys are dickheads. They drop ridiculous powerful creatures that basically demand the player, well, I hope you have a life outside of this game because you're going to be going 6 months down the road, get an A- on your report card, come home, and then finally realize, oh, that's what I was doing wrong this whole time.
Yep. Thankfully, Meteor Black Dragon with Dragon Treasure is usually enough to run over whatever you can play.
Run over? We were going for game, so now he's just trying to stop us from killing him, which he won't do.
Maybe he will because that is Great Moth.
Yeah, I thought you said they never put those guys in defense mode.
They don't. Great Moth's natural stats are not 3,000. They only care about the natural stats. They don't care. They don't care about
I thought it was perfectly ultimate Great Moth.
New stats are. It's one of the interesting AI manipulations that you can actually have, especially with equip spells. You can have the AI actually commit suicide if you power up a single creature with enough equip spells.
Right, because they'll leave the dumb motherfucker in attack mode, allowing you to deal damage to him. And that was the one thing with Yu-Gi-Oh that I couldn't quite reconcile is like the whole like, it's like 2 cells attacking each other. But instead of using better chemicals, all you're doing is digging a bigger hole into your opponent's offense. Or worse, you leave yourself open because you have to attack by leaving monsters in attack mode. And if they get run over, then you take damage. And your monster dies. I'm not sure. In hindsight, I don't know. Maybe we should go back to classic Yu-Gi-Oh. Maybe just for figure out a way to make it happen. See what we're missing here. Because in all our Dual Network games, we never quite went over a true classic Yu-Gi-Oh game. Except maybe Starter Deck Yu-Gi versus Starter Deck Kaiba.
Yeah, we did. No, dude, for our Starter Deck series, we ran all the way up through until either late 5Ds or the start of Zeal. I forget which one.
You guys should check out our Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Network videos. They're awesome. And also, I wish we had more cards from Legend of Blue Eyes. That was one thing that I thought of. What the hell was the point in setting up a bunch of cards that are like, well, monsters in this range, levels 1 to 4, don't require sacrifices. Really? There's really no distinguishing characteristics except how many stars are inked on the print of the card. There are no cards that interact with level stars. All it does is tell you whether or not you need to sacrifice monsters. So the question is, why do they need 4 level stars to tell you the same goddamn thing?
Early on specifically, that's a good point. Later on, not so much. I think levels decided to become much more heavily incorporated around 5Ds. But you also need to remember that there were cards that specifically interacted with the monster levels as early as Spell Ruler, I want to say.
Oh, because of ritual summons. You're right. Because it's like they were. Well, I mean, they always had it coming out, but of course, in the interest of setting up a great ending, Odeon comes in out of nowhere and tries to slap us around a little bit with his trap card barrage.
Except no, he doesn't have trap card. This is one of the gatekeepers for Final 6. What we're doing now is we're taking on the side quest to go fight Seto 2. This guy can start with Gate Guardian as well. But thankfully his Gate Guardian's only a 3750 because Sogen is
right. There's no field bonus at the moment. And he put it in defense mode, which means that
that is not Gate Guardian.
We
That's
have
specific.
one.
I believe you'll find that's actually Labyrinth Wall.
Well, Labyrinth Wall's toast. Yep.
Yep,
Labyrinth Wall's toast.
Labyrinth Mage is honestly not all that difficult of an opponent, but he is gatekeeping the end of the game. That's Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon.
That's a Skull Knight.
I called it correctly. Come on, Skull Knight, let's go slay our boss monster.
Right. Now we are the ones who are slaying the Thunder Derp.
I actually like how Skull Knight looks.
I think, yeah, they did a great job on him.
Sword.
Go!
It's just a twin sword strike. His other one is actually significantly cooler. It's an eye laser from his shield.
Yeah, that is a great design. If only they could think of a better way to animate his back. I get it. They only illustrated the front, so you're not quite sure what to put on the back there. So they just said, let's just leave it blank.
And Labyrinth Mage is down.
Yay.
What did we get for his drop? We got a Fire Reaper. Bleh.
You cannot hope to survive this labyrinth. We have to answer riddles too?
I think it's right, left, left.
Oh,
nope, right,
right.
Yeah, right, left, right.
Every place looks the same. Where are we now?
There we go.
We made it
to the end of the labyrinth. Woot!
They could also be fucking with us.
Hey, Haishin. Hey, Teana. Hey,
Teana. That why the
Oh, her collar is attached to her cape. She's actually wearing a Caliciris underneath that. Okay. I thank you, my lord. Leave his life in my hands.
That I shall. He is all yours. We'll meet you back at the Dark Shrine.
My, I am surprised that you passed the trials of the labyrinth.
Is that the best you can do? Cause, I mean, if I got both hands tied behind my back, I could still whack you with my forehead.
Thank you, Seto. Alright, so this is Seto 2. Seto 2 is not honestly all that difficult, except he can also start with Gate Guardian. But if you have the ability to take down, Kapora, you can take down Seto 2.
It's when the game starts drawing attention to, well, player, this is how you win games.
Yes, you start with Meteor, Black Dragon, and Equip Spell.
I know.
Failure to do so will cause you to lose.
I know you enjoyed all those little creatures, all those goofy little gumballs and doodads and such, but this is we're not messing around here anymore, Sonny. We're gonna throw the exact same shit at you all the time. You gotta arrive at work for 14 hours, 10 a.m. to 2 in the morning, and you will be paid.
Wait, 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. Yep.
Actually, no, that's a 16. That is a grind. I've heard of people doing that though. Not uncommon. America.
And he also has.
Hey, you got it too. And he loses. Turn 3. Done.
Yep. Well, actually, it's our turn too. So.
We worked so hard for this. No, it was turn 3. You summoned 3 creatures.
Yeah, it is turn 3, isn't it? Yeah, because yep. Okay.
Is mathematically certain.
At this rate, I doubt that the mages will be able to stop you. You win. Take the card and the girl.
Till we meet again. Teana, are you okay? I've had enough of this place. Let's get out of here.
Sure.
Why no? There's something interesting going on here.
Now, the whole reason you do that side quest specifically is so that you can unlock Seto 2, who is one of the more important opponents to unlock if you actually care about getting 100% in this game, although you can't actually get a true 100% in this game, lying assholes. And Labyrinth Mage, so that we can actually reduce Final 8 down to Final 6. Now we have to go do the rest of the High Mages, which is relatively simple.
I hope so, cause we are quite powerful. I think we got.
But it is at this point that I've decided that, you know what? Is it? Is it? No, I am gonna go do the High Mages. One of the opponents that I'm going to show off in a later part is going to be Duel Master K, who uses our exact deck against us. It is a great way in the early game to grind up and figure out what your fusions are. Also, he's effectively the tutorial to this game, because this game doesn't have a tutorial otherwise.
You'd think that a game this complicated would at least teach you how to play.
Yeah, but no, they don't give a shit about you. They expect you to play the other Dark Duel Stories games first. And if you haven't played the other Dark Duel Stories games first, fuck you.
Pretty much, yeah. This is for Dark Duel. This might be for Dark Duel Stories graduates only.
I disagree with that on the principle that I was able to get up to Chapter 3 relatively easily without playing Dark Duel Stories first. I did end up eventually playing Dark Duel Stories afterwards, and I gotta say that Dark Duel Stories is effectively this game, but, you know, with less aggro.
And how did they cull the aggro in that one?
By making it so that you actually had the ability to get multiple cards per duel by cheating, for one. And for two, they also made it so that doing fusions in your hand gave you those monsters, but they didn't actually immediately summon to the field. You would have to then, you know, tribute monsters in order to bring them onto the field.
So you make the fusion in your hand, it becomes a high drop monster, so then the game makes you sacrifice creatures because it's a high drop monster.
Yep.
Gotcha. What? It cannot be. I don't believe it. I'm going to stop being here now.
Hey, Atenza. I like Atenza's design.
Yeah, this is very much like Kabuki style type of headdress.
I always think that Atenza's the insect guy, but no, that's an Ubisius.
Ubisius. That would be if Homer's Odysseus became a Lyft driver. No, an Uber driver. He would be Ubisius. You know, getting in adventures, meeting all kinds of people.
Yeah, I get it. It's just would he call his independent service the Ubisi?
He's an Uber driver. He's technically an independent contractor. I think he's either an independent contractor or he's an employee of Uber. But yes, he would. He could put it on his vanity plate, Ubisi.
Hey, a Harpy's Pet Dragon.
Woo! Yeah.
Harpy's Pet Dragon is a fusion that you will never actually do on your own because you can't get Harpy Lady in this game.
Dang it.
And in the next part, we will continue our quest to slaughter the remaining High Mages.
None of these guys can believe it.
We got the Millennium Ring. Hi, Yami Bakura.